Hi, Giovanni. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
One of the criticisms following the game on Celtic night is that the team is not playing with the same intensity that they played at the start of the season, and perhaps they're not as expansive as you used to be. And Celtic Park was a proof of that. Can you give us your thoughts on whether that's a fair comment or not?
What do you mean with expensive? Sorry.
Well, you're sitting back more, inviting the opposition as opposed to taking the game to the opposition.
Well, I think if you talk about the game on Wednesday, I think we had a really bad start. We weren't ready for the game. It seems if you see us play. So instead of picking the moments to press, you always have to in these big games. You have to be compact because the storm is gonna come, which it came as well. You have to keep the moments to go out as a team, to push up and to try to find the right timings in pressing, so you can push up a little bit. I think that was an important thing we didn't do. And secondly, on the ball, I think we were not good, very uncertain, which meant you don't have you cannot break their pressure. The pressure came wave after wave. But I think around 25, 30th minute, I think the game changed. We had more possession. We were much higher on the pitch than the first minutes of the game. And second half, we totally had it under control. But to go into halftime with two goals just before halftime, 1-0 or 3-0, that's a big difference. And, we have to also take that into account that we made it again ourselves difficult with the goals we gave away.
Giovanni, may I request that you look your eye lines more towards me just now? Great, thanks. That will look a lot better on the television, trust me. Okay. Thanks. I just want to know, in terms of your management style, are you a ruthless manager? So will you make a number of changes to the starting 11 come Sunday?
Well, it's another game. Of course, you always take the game into account. You played before, what kind of subs you did, and how they performed. But it's obviously I want to see a different team, a different mentality, and different intensity. The things you always have to have when you go into games. It doesn't matter which game, but we have to act different than we did last Wednesday.
Good afternoon, Giovanni. One of the things the team was renowned for last season was its high pressing game, and that's something that we haven't seen from them recently. Will that be something that you'll look to reintroduce to bring back more energy in the forward positions when the opposition have the ball?
Well, of course you want that. I mean, it's obviously when you can press a team high, you have to do it. But you also have to have the courage to go up because, if you see last Wednesday, I didn't change any tactics in halftime, just changed personnel. And we had a whole different attitude the second half and the first half. So, I mean, it's the way you are, how you behave on the pitch, how you communicate with your team, how you give a signal to go press. I think those things are much more important. You can say, okay, we want a high press. Yeah, it's easier to say it, but you have to do it at the right time, and you have to go as a team, and that is the thing we have to improve.
On that, you said the other night that the team didn't follow the instructions and the game plan that you'd put in place for before the match. And then you mentioned there that in the second half, when the personnel changed, they more did. Did the other night teach you a lot about which players you can trust moving forward with the rest of the season?
Well, what I said with the game plan, we gave 2 goals away. Especially the second and the third one is just losing sight of your opponent, not track back in tempo, not close the lines. I mean that's the basic you have to win games and to be strong as a team. And those things you have to improve. I mean, last season is gone. It's gone. This is the season we want to be champions again, and we have to give everything to achieve that. So the challenge is there now to be the champion at the end of the season.
Giovanni, now that you are preparing for that next game, personnel aside, is there anything you take from that Celtic game to use as ammunition or motivation moving forward now?
Well, of course. I mean, it's we had the debrief today. We showed the images. We saw the things we didn't do right, the mistakes we made, and you have to look to the images and be honest, and to talk to your players and talk with each other in things we have to improve and we didn't do right. And it's from these moments you learn the most. But you have to learn from it, and it has to give you energy for the game that comes. So of course we are very disappointed with the result, but there's another game to be played on Sunday, and we have to improve the things we didn't do right and improve ourselves to get a good result.
That togetherness as well has been something that's been a huge part of the Rangers squad so far. How important is it that group sticks together now and gets back to winning ways?
It's very important. I mean, it's it's still a group who is together. The results aren't there. I mean, we lost the second game in 60 games, this team. So they proved they can be bounce back from disappointment. And that's what we have to do on Sunday.
Good afternoon. Could you give us, first of all, an injury update, and also will Alfredo be available for selection on Sunday?
Yeah, Alfredo trained today. He came back late last night. I think he had 3 flights again coming back from Colombia, but he trained as normal today, so he will be available for Sunday. I think the only one who's not available is Haji at the moment, of course, with his injury, and Philip. The other ones are available. Aaron Ramsey had a session today, so that went also really good. So we have to assess him tomorrow, but he looks good as well. So we can add again some more players on Sunday.
Looking back the last 2 games, that's 6 goals conceded by a defence who are normally very solid. How have you and your staff approached the defenders as a unit to kind of rectify what's obviously gone wrong in the last couple of games?
Well, I mean, it's I think the back four, the games we played since I came here, they were very, very stable, very determined, and we didn't give a lot of goals against us, so that was really good. But you see the last 2 games we give too many easy goals away. I mean, it's and it hasn't been the way like that, but we have to improve in that. If you see also the goals we conceded against Ross County, especially the first 2, Celtic again, the second and third goal, that's too easy to give those goals away like that. And we have to improve in that. We have to make sure we bring back determination in the back line, but also the players in front of that to be when needed to do everything to block the goals, and that's the mentality we need to have.
Good afternoon, Gio. That's points dropped in 3 of the last 4 matches since the winter break. Is there do you feel that you may need to change up the system or the shape somewhat, or do you believe in your principles and the form will come good?
Well, of course I believe in my way of playing. I mean, it's easy to say now it's working, and in the first 8 games I didn't hear about that, so it's very easy to say it now. But I believe in the system, but we need to make sure we keep doing the things we always did, and those are the basic things, to track back, to make sure you mark your man, to get the aggression, the moments we can go forward, we have to take them. I'm sure if we have those things back or do much better than we did the last couple of games, we'll be fine. But it's just for us the case now to bounce back and to make sure on Sunday we have that same determination we had a couple of months ago.
And Leon Balogun came back in at half-time at Celtic Park on Wednesday night. Can we expect to see that centre-half partnership going forward between him and Connor Goldson?
Well, he played before, but people forget how many centre backs I had available, and how many centre backs were injured. Leon is one of them. He's been out of the team. He just came back a couple of weeks ago, but he showed it on Wednesday how strong he is. And how valuable he can be in the squad. The same for Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack played 40 minutes. I think for me it was the maximum because he hadn't played for months. He played only max 20 minutes, I think, in the last 2-3 months. So again, another player who's very valuable and important for this team, but also comes back from injury. So it's not always easy to have those players out, especially when they come back. You see what they can bring.
Good afternoon, Giovanni. Rangers in earlier seasons have switched away from a 4-3-3 at times to move for the wingers, moving into a more central position. Is there a temptation to do that? Move the wide players a little bit more centrally to allow the fullbacks to attack more freely?
Well, I mean, we done it before. We build up in many games with 3 in the back and my wingers inside. So, it's a 4-3-3. But I think we most of the games we're not playing in a 4-3-3 system. We're very dynamic, very. We can change. We can play with players inside. We can move the fullbacks high up. She saw against Celtic when Ryan came in, we built up with 3. So, I know, when the results aren't there, everyone has questions about your way of playing, inside, outside, last season, champions or not. It comes with the results you're getting. But our focus is to keep on building the way we have been playing. And with the same intensity and the same determination. And it's a bad result we had last Wednesday. Is 1 point difference. It's 42 points to be won. So the challenge is on. That's all I can say.
The lineup on Wednesday night at Parkhead was a very attacking one, Giovanni. But the players did seem to retract a little bit into a defensive line, quite a low one at that. Was that the tactics on the night, or was that more the attitude of the players up against the team that night?
No, if you have 3 attackers on your side, it's a bit pointless to be only defending. I think we had, as I said before, if you speak to the players and you speak about the first 15-20 minutes, it wasn't the way we wanted to start. That wasn't the way we intended it to be to start. But it's possible when you play against a team who's strong at home, who wants to play with intensity, with speed, and put you under pressure, big time the first minutes. Those are the times you have to overcome that. And we knew they were going to come for 20 minutes. We knew they were going to push hard to get the early goal. Then, you have to have the mentality, guys, the first 20 minutes, whatever happens, we stick together, we win our battles, and we make sure we have a good result to build on. And, first 20-25 minutes, there was a storm, then we took over. And then the second half, we get more space than we had the first half. But as I said, to go 1-0 down in halftime or 3-0 down, it's a big difference. And so in that way, you always want to have domination. Sometimes in games it's difficult because the opponent you face, and we face a strong opponent. And then again, when you have the ball, you have to be brave. You have to be doing your possession game. You have to make sure you break lines. But that's the thing we didn't do in the first 20 minutes. We just gave the ball away, and then it's very difficult to get into the game and to be able to push up as a team.